All right, good afternoon, folks. It's good to have you back here, Reality Check. You know about our podcast. Thank you, first of all, for all the affinity and love for this channel. We've been going under the skin of real estate, deep dive, and give you everything possible. Whether you're a client or whether you are a real estate broker, or it doesn't matter which part of the world you're in, you want to make an informed decision about investing in real estate in Dubai, this is your channel. Thank you so much for joining us. And the reason why we are here today is absolutely an exciting announcement. And this announcement we will hold for a few minutes because there's a very important person that I want to introduce as well. We have Dhanraj Tavares, who's our VP for mortgages for DAMAC, a man who's crafted the whole mortgage philosophy for DAMAC. There's a lot to be spoken about. He's established literally an institution within an institution. Mortgage is like a seamless, well-oiled machine that works at the back of all our real estate projects. So I'm not going to steal the thunder. I'm going to leave that with you with that warm welcome to Dhanraj.
Thank you
Such
so
a
much.
pleasure, sir.
Thanks so much. The kind of emphatic way which you have introduced me leaves me with no words for the good job you're doing. Govind.
Thank you so much.
I've
Thank you
gone
so
through
much.
these episodes of this. This is an excellent opportunity for us to absolutely get to the clients
Yeah.
the exact and the updated information of you.
Yeah.
So it's a real pleasure for me to come down here, and I'm all yours this evening.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for this
joining us.
place. Right.
I'll get straight to the point. Tell us a little about why it's important for an organization like DAMAC to stay heavily invested in creating a solid, rock solid mortgage department like the one that you manage and lead. Tell us a little about that.
See, it's a very good thing to go back down memory lane. Mr. Hussain Sajwani, our dearmost chairman, envisioned this particular team to give assistance to all clients who are investing in DAMAC.
Right.
That's where he basically envisioned this.
Right.
And we saw that the clients who are taking up DAMAC properties are repeat clients also, are very, very important clients for us.
Right.
They should have been assisted with all the banks, the best offers.
Right.
And for them, we bargain with the banks, the best offers which we can provide them,
Right.
the best kind of deals which we can get to them.
Right. So you mentioned about specifically DAMAC clients, and that's a sweet spot.
Yes.
We want to make sure that they're serviced,
Absolutely.
they experience DAMAC end to end.
Yes.
Right? But that's primarily the reason
Absolutely.
why. But tell me, when you started the whole mortgage journey with DAMAC, how different was it? I mean, how complex was it for clients to get their units mortgaged, especially DAMAC units, for instance?
To start off with a single application, the banks usually used to make them run through between the developer's finance team,
Right.
the developer's handover team,
Right.
then go to the projects team, and then they used to basically come back from the banks, get the project listed.
Right.
After that, valuations.
Right.
After the valuations, getting the exact manager checks issued so that the developer can create a charge in its record.
Right.
Going back and forth,
Right.
it was horrid for them.
Right.
I can be very honest with you, Govind. It was absolutely conventional. It was absolutely a particular abstract
Right.
for a client to go through all these nightmares.
Right.
This was
Right.
old school.
Right.
Now, you want a property, you just choose the property with our sales team. From there,
You
till
pick
the
it up.
time you get a handover, the mortgage team is with you
Throughout.
all throughout the journey,
Right.
explaining to you what is the process, number
Right.
one,
Right.
giving you the ability to choose what you want,
Right.
and we tailor-made that particular solution in a form of a mortgage for him. So this is
Right.
how
Right.
old school and today we are
Versus,
there.
absolutely.
This is how it has been.
And I know that you have that many man hours of having worked in banks. You come from that stock.
Absolutely.
Therefore, you know the pain points better as well. This exciting announcement. I'm not going to announce it. I would rather leave that to you to make that announcement. Tell us about this new ADIB DAMAC engagement.
It's an absolute, I can call it as a miracle in terms of the journey which we have gone with financial institutions.
Right.
Today, we are the only developer, let me repeat it back, which has received an approval because of a long-standing partnership with Abu Dhabi Islamic Bank.
Right.
We can proceed for a finance approval if the particular unit is only 35% stage of construction done, which means that a particular client doesn't have to wait for 50% stage of construction in old school
Right.
and can start his journey with a finance at 35%.
Wow.
It's a huge new development. What more comes as an icing, the client doesn't have go through the valuation process. Valuation is not needed.
Right.
So the client's journey from a 35 to 45 day absolutely comes down to a 20-25 days
So
max.
is it fast tracking the whole process
The
for them?
whole process is fast track.
Wow.
and this is something which is an eureka for us.
Right.
It's the first of us of
Right.
its kind,
Right.
and absolutely gives us pleasure to announce it's only for DAMAC.
Right.
It's only for DAMAC. So whether your client is intending to buy a DAMAC or is an existing client of DAMAC,
and has done 35%.
absolutely, this is what the construction stage, which was brought down from 50 to 35,
Right.
because we have seen clients wanting the payment plans much more faster to be assisted upon by mortgage,
Right.
and therefore this is a very, very important phase for us,
Right.
a grand announcement for us that we have clinched this approval with a
Fantastic.
long-standing partner, ADIB.
Right. So I'm going to ask you an important question, maybe put you on the spot a bit, but you're the only expert who can answer this. Is he better off just staying and continuing with the payment plan, or is he better off going into a mortgage, especially the one that with ADIB? Also keeping in mind profit rates and all that put together. What's your take on that?
Govind, it's a very nice question, and an intelligent person today would gauge what was earlier in terms of a payment plan. Developers used to offer post-payment handover payment plans.
Correct.
Now the ask is so huge that developers have very limited inventories, and
Right.
therefore the payment plans are not like post-handover payment plans
Right.
anymore.
Right.
Clients have got a payment plan of 80-20 at the handover,
Correct.
vis-a-vis something which was earlier a 60-20-20.
Yeah.
Now that has changed to an 80-20.
Correct.
And one of our projects which has high demand has 90-10 as well.
Right.
So during the
Right.
journey of a payment plan, rather than the client basically going and availing a personal finance or repatriating funds from, let's say,
From
India,
India, correct. And you
it's
lose out on
very
your.
costly
Absolutely.
and doesn't make sense.
Correct.
Here you have a finance wherein you pay 50%, the bank pays 50%, and
Right.
it kicks in very early.
Right.
So you are rest assured that you have absolutely the bank not only to vouch. I'll be on the client side for a minute. The bank will absolutely gauge what is the percentage of the construction and only
Correct.
release funds to DAMAC
Right.
when that stage is completed.
Right.
So as a client,
Right.
I am absolutely transparently giving the rights to the bank, which will do the right thing at the end of the
Right.
day.
Right.
Therefore, it's a very, very meaningful journey to exit
Of
and
a
get
payment
into a
plan,
particular
get into a.
finance.
I mean, it's
That's
also
all.
spreading out the payments for
Absolutely.
a client, helps you with the cash flow.
Absolutely.
And the peace of mind that you just mentioned,
Yes.
saying, listen, it's all linked to construction. The bank's not going to pay DAMAC
Yes.
unless and until
Absolutely.
we keep up with the construction that we promised.
Absolutely. And as you correctly said that I've been a banker for so many years, I would always want to do the right thing with my clients.
Right.
And of course, that bridge has to be there where the
Right.
clients trust us,
Right.
and we give them a peace of mind that the banks are not going to absolutely give us unless we
Right.
have reached to this construction stage. So
Right.
it is all in place right now for a wonderful journey for the client,
Right.
which
Right.
is peace of mind.
Wow, excellent. But I think it's also going forward, the new projects that we are coming up with, there's a sense and sigh of relief for clients
Yes.
who will also be buying or getting into that experience with DAMAC, with the new projects that we are about to launch, the ones that we've already launched. Brokers, what would this mean to brokers?
Brokers definitely have got today a very clear edge wherein they can not only uplift what they were selling earlier. Let's say they were selling a 1 million ticket to a particular client.
Yeah.
Just because he doesn't have the funds throughout the journey of the payment and he will wait till handover.
Right.
Today they can absolutely tell the client, you can make use of a finance at 35% stage of construction.
Right.
So for them, the ticket size definitely increases.
Right.
And that's the most important thing. Today, we enable our brokers to sell what a client would intend to be and not compromising on what he will because of restricted finances.
Right.
So it's a big, big change for our brokers.
Right.
Our brokers have always been very, very, you can say the word aggressive in terms of wanting
Yeah.
the client get what he wants.
Correct.
But there are restrictions with regards to finance, there
Right.
are restrictions with
Right.
regards to banks availability on
Right.
finance for a particular piece.
Yeah.
So that all is going to be now absolutely a history.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
And this announcement of ADIB, is that one of its kind? Are we the
This is
early
the
mover?
first. This is the
Wow,
first.
That's a big announcement.
This is the first for ADIB, Abu Dhabi Islamic Bank, to announce its absolute approval for DAMAC, and only DAMAC as we speak right now,
Right.
for this particular under construction off plan funding for DAMAC at 35% stage of
Right,
construction.
right. What are some of these qualities of DAMAC that ADIB would have definitely picked up before they even inked this contract with DAMAC?
To tell you very frankly, when a bank gauges our developments,
Hmm.
it goes through a lot of checks.
Right.
And ADIB being an Islamic bank, it's much more
Stringent.
important. Yeah.
Right.
So you have the Sharia board over there.
Right.
You have the credit underwriting team.
Right.
You have the policy. You have the credit piece, which gauges not only our developments,
Right.
our quality of development, our timeliness of giving a product to the clients,
Right.
and an historic thought process of whether we are aligned with what we promised to our clients.
Right.
And we have done that for so many days.
Right.
So this particular relationship started way long back in 2014.
Right.
And this has now become to this core wherein they don't have any doubt on DAMAC as a legitimate beneficiary for this particular progress
Right.
report.
Right.
That's how it is.
So track record does
Absolutely.
make a lot of difference.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. Profit
Rates. Tell us a little about this project, this particular contract with ADIB. What will profit rates that a client can anticipate or expect?
So the profit rates vary a lot, Govind, because they vary in terms of whether the client is availing a off plan or he's going for a ready, whether he's going to transfer his salary or he's not going to transfer his salary.
Right.
What does his credit scores look like?
Right.
But for us, we have got an offer rate right now, which is 1.99 plus 1 month EBOR. So
Right.
we have a variable rate in place,
Right.
so that the client throughout his journey can avail the benefit of the IBOR, which is going to come down, the central
Right.
bank rates, which keep on coming down
Right.
or fluctuating.
Right.
He gets benefited with that.
Right.
We didn't want to go in for a fixed plan because the construction linked one is only going to charge the client in profit rates whatever drawdown happens, which
Right.
means if he has approved a 1 million,
Right.
but if the bank has only given the developer a 200,000 profit rates,
Right.
will be only charged on 200,000.
Right.
And that too variable.
Right.
The profit rates is the best which we have as an offer right now.
Right.
Given the fact that it's variable,
Yeah.
given the fact that it's 1.99, it's
Yeah.
absolutely good for them.
Wow, that's a brilliant rate, 1.99%. I think all our viewers are tuned in today. Please make note of it.
Yeah.
And there are ways that you can reach out to our mortgage team. You can get in touch with our team. You can also go on our website, by the way, damacproperties.com.
Yeah.
And you can definitely look out for information and get in touch with one of us, and we'd be more than happy to assist you. Just another important piece. In terms of paperwork, we know that ADIB does do a lot of stringent checks on clients as well. You have the credit rating that kicks in. Tell us about that overall perspective for a client to kind of pass through the channel and get approved at the end for this finance. What are the things that he needs to keep in mind?
To be honest with you, old methodologies of underwriting mortgages was always heavy in terms of paperwork.
Right.
I'm very happy to say that ADIB has transformed from a particular manual paperwork to everything digital.
Right.
Finance contracts come in digital today for the clients to sign up.
Wow.
The
Life
credit
is easy.
scores are all linked with the Dubai authorities.
Right.
So the minute a client punches in his Emirates ID, his details, the entire score and everything comes out there and then.
Right.
And the process of an approval is all digital today.
Right.
It is not requiring heavy paperwork.
Right.
The only thing which is going to be right now required to do, and that is paperwork, is the point wherein a developer has to give the bank the particular contracts, the
Right.
SPAs
Right.
which are there. But I'm 100%
Right.
sure we are going digital as well.
Correct.
So this will absolutely be there. Otherwise, the paperwork, the process, the seemingness of the client getting and finance in the least timelines is absolutely there. So
Wow.
ADIB has done it all. They are doing a huge amount of business in this market
Right.
today,
Right.
and they are one of the front runners to basically go green and
Right.
absolutely help DAMAC's vision of being going green as well.
Right.
That's how it is.
Right. Well, it's very interesting that you mentioned it, because today we do have ecosystems conversing with one another to make
Yeah.
life simpler. We've gone digital. The banks
Yeah.
have already been digital. So putting that together, what will be that benefit besides just the time that the client's going to save? What will be the benefit for the client when we go digital completely?
So when we go digital completely, two things which will happen is he doesn't have to carry those kind of documents with him when he has to basically go for a exchange of his
Right.
documents for a, let's say, a golden visa.
Right.
When he has to basically go in for a transfer and an assignment.
Right.
Everything is digital today.
Right.
So he doesn't have to go and use the kind of paperwork for any applying of any particular authorities for approvals for anything. So it
Right.
becomes life easy for him.
Right.
Plus the loss or the kind of paper which is invested in these things are definitely lesser for all of us.
Absolutely.
So we absolutely make sure that the client gets all of these digitally saved for him and can be used without any kind of a problem and are accepted at all government bodies as well.
Right. Right.
So, for example, the title deed today, the kind of process with regards to creating a ownership document for the client is
Right.
all paperless,
Right.
all paperless. So
Right.
that definitely helps the client.
Right.
When if you're from India, you remember in India we used to have those fat files of
Oh my
all of our
goodness.
documents and
Yes.
everything. Here
Yes.
is one page.
Yes.
That's it. That's a simple title deed which gives you all the ownership documents and
Yeah.
details which is there.
Yeah. As much as root
So
shock it has
yeah,
been for people like me, we come from that school,
yes,
and to see where it's heading now,
absolutely.
all our SPAs are going digital, contracts are going digital.
So
Our
it's
government is on blockchain, so
100%,
very proactive from that
100%,
point of view.
and definitely our kind of vision through Amira and through Ali and through everybody, the chairman, we have seen that they have taken the first ride ahead. They are involving DAMAC to walk that phase of AI with all of
Right.
these things.
Absolutely.
So they
Absolutely.
definitely are giving us that encouragement to talk this and walk this path with the banks
Yeah.
as well. So
Wow.
it's
Brilliant.
absolutely
Brilliant. Just for our sake of our international viewers as well, we do have a lot of audience that connect from international
yeah,
because our presence is
sure,
global to
sure,
back as an entity.
sure,
For them, Sharia banking
yeah,
could be completely new
yeah,
as a concept. So
yeah,
if somebody were to come and apply, let's
yeah.
say he's a resident, he is based in Dubai and travels on a golden visa, what is that he needs to bear in mind as the benefits of Sharia mortgage that he's going to get through ADIB, especially the one that we're going to sign up on?
See, there are several benefits of a Sharia mortgage today. The kind of dealing of a client is dependent on mercy and an absolutely aligned with the kind of Islamic concept of non-paying of profit rate.
Right.
No penalties being assigned to this
Right.
particular mortgage.
Right.
They are absolutely not going to own your property. They are going to basically bear the rent which is there, the ijara which is there. So these concepts are absolutely imbibed on the kind of guidelines in the Islamic books,
Right.
which is a Sharia board which involves themselves
Right.
and makes sure that they're aligned with the kind of Islamic teachings.
Right.
So it makes a big benefit for them. I have seen a
Absolutely.
lot of clients who are not Muslims go for Islamic because they see a value in terms of the way it is dealt with,
Right.
the kind of compliance which is there. So they get a peace of mind that they are in safe hands.
Right.
And the kind of rigidness around a Sharia compliant product is that they are very clear that if, let's say, for any godforsaken reason, the client doesn't pay and has some kind of a medical, they would not complicate things by augmenting that particular in profit rate several times as a
Over.
complicated. So
Absolutely.
these are all the kind of benefits which a
Right.
client is
Right.
having.
Right.
And of course, we have seen we give clients the offer of a conventional finance as well as a Sharia compliant.
Actually, the
model.
options are still there
Yes,
for them if they want to
absolutely.
choose one or the
Absolutely.
other. Wow, that's excellent. Now, before we call it a day, it's been a very exciting news for all of us. Great announcement to be made. At the back of it, I hope that you all are making decisions of moving from your payment plans to a
finance.
benefits that Dhanraj so explicitly put it out there for you all to consider. What will be two important things that a client will definitely benefit in coming to DAMAC's mortgage arm?
Two things which I can assure you and blindly assure you is that first of all, the client can get clear in his mind that we will bargain for him the best possible offers from the banks. We secondly will make it seemingly very clear to him that the time taken, because today the loads of applications which are in, and we with limited inventories would not be able to suffice him if he
Correct.
loses on that particular approval.
Correct.
We take ownership that we do not get any kind of penalties or charges onto this particular client because he's associated with the mortgage team of DAMAC.
Right.
So we get him fastest and the best, which is tailor made for him.
Right.
So we really keep in center of all our discussions the client.
Right.
And whatever the client wants is something which we tailor made to him. We get him the best. And of course, for years now that we have been doing, Govind, you have been there throughout this journey.
Witnessing that journey, yes.
And I think we have done a great deal of upliftment for our clients, and the MAC has
Phenomenal
absolutely
job. Phenomenal
So,
job.
I think
I
this
lost
is-
track of how much we've written in our books by now. You know, I mean, a mortgage,
Absolutely.
we've done that kind of business, and I think it's also a testament to the relationships that
Yes.
you and your team has built with banks,
Yes. I
and to pass on those benefits to our clients who can enjoy that channel for their own advantage.
Sometimes I've got bankers telling me that, listen, Dhanraj, you need to be a banker. I said, I have been there. Now it's my turn to be on this side.
On this side, take
On
care of our
this side. I've
clients.
been on that side, but that's been wonderful.
Yeah,
for us.
Dhanraj, we want to first of all wish you all the very best with this new face of DAMAC and ADIB relationship as well, and all the excitement that's going to be coming out soon in investing into our properties for our clients. And all the very best for the remainder of the first quarter. I just hope that you're going to rock and close well. Thank you so much for all the information.
Thank you so much, Govind.
It was a pleasure to have you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much.